Welcome to Books Unboxed, where we bring the world's greatest books to life, one story at a time. Today, we're diving into the life of one of the most fascinating thinkers in history, Socrates. Written by Paul Johnson, this book explores the life of the ancient Greek philosopher who shaped the way we think about truth, morality, and knowledge. Let's jump in. Let's go back, about 2,500 years ago, to the heart of ancient Greece. Athens, a city full of philosophers, politicians, and artists. It was here that Socrates was born. He didn't come from a wealthy family, nor did he have a formal education. But he had something far more powerful, a brilliant mind and an unquenchable thirst for truth. Socrates wasn't your typical philosopher. He didn't write books, wear fine clothes, or sit in a grand palace. In fact, he was often seen barefoot, wearing a plain tunic, and walking the streets of Athens. He didn't have a school or formal classes, yet he gathered crowds wherever he went. He believed that wisdom wasn't something you could simply read in books or learn from teachers. No, true wisdom came from asking the right questions and constantly challenging assumptions. And that's exactly what he did. He asked questions. Socrates was known for his method of questioning, which is now called the Socratic method. Imagine you're in a conversation with him, and he starts asking simple questions. At first, they seem harmless, but soon you realize he's making you question everything you thought you knew. He would ask, "What is justice?" Or, "What does it mean to live a good life?" And as you tried to answer, he'd ask more questions, peeling back layers of your beliefs, until you were left wondering if you really knew anything at all. Socrates wasn't just interested in ideas, he was deeply concerned with the moral and ethical life. He believed that the greatest pursuit in life was not wealth or fame, but virtue, living a life of wisdom, self-discipline, and fairness. But Socrates didn't stop there. He didn't just talk about good and evil, right and wrong. He lived it. In fact, he argued that if you truly understood what was good, you would naturally do good. To him, ignorance was the only true evil. People didn't do wrong because they were bad, they did wrong because they didn't know any better. Socrates' questions and ideas didn't sit well with everyone. In 399 BC, he was put on trial for corrupting the youth of Athens and for impiety, not believing in the gods of the city. But Socrates didn't back down. He defended his actions in court with passion, explaining that his questioning was meant to help people become better, more thoughtful individuals. His words didn't convince the jury, and Socrates was sentenced to death. He was offered a chance to escape, but he chose not to. Socrates believed that living truthfully was more important than living comfortably. So, he accepted his fate and died by drinking hemlock. Even though Socrates didn't write anything down, his ideas lived on. His student, Plato, wrote down many of his conversations and teachings, preserving them for future generations. Socrates' legacy is found in the questions he asked, the lives he changed, and the revolution he started in how we think about knowledge and virtue. Today, we still use the Socratic method in schools, in debates, and in discussions about the big questions of life. Socrates taught us that wisdom is not about having all the answers, but about being humble enough to keep asking the right questions. Thank you for joining us today on Books Unboxed. We hope you've enjoyed this dive into the life and ideas of Socrates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and join us next time for more amazing book summaries that bring history, philosophy, and stories to life. See you soon.